My name is Melissa Richard, and I am a member of the Courageous class.
My parents, they were born and raised in Haiti, and I was born here in the US in Pennsylvania. My mom wanted me to go to UK, University of Kentucky. She worked there at the time and wanted me to go somewhere where I was closer to home, being from Lexington and everything, that would be more accessible to her. But I knew that I wanted a smaller environment, some place where I felt like I could be in a smaller, tight-knit community and grow in my faith and not have to worry about stumbling. And I just knew that a larger campus wouldn't have really been the perfect fit for me, and that's how I came to Asbury. It was just right where I wanted to be from the start. I got plugged into student activities and served as a member on that cabinet. I was also a tag leader, and I started working at the Hiccup at our local coffee shop, and those were all really fun student life things that were engaging and just really brought me into community here. I think the longing to serve came from a really special family member. My grandma, who's actually not blood related to me, has just been so inspirational and has really shown me what it's like to lean on the Lord. She always had this phrase that was, whenever you put your feet under my table, you become family. And it's just really a slice of heaven. You don't need to be kin to somebody to serve, and it's just so nice to see people from all different walks and stories and community come together. This year I've had the opportunity to serve in many capacities, and I've taken up a lot of roles with a lot of responsibility. I am one of the managers at the Hiccup, and I'm also a resident assistant on the second floor of Glide Crawford, and those have been really enjoyable jobs, but with that I really need to learn what it means to serve with a joyful heart. I've also learned what it really means to create a home for new students and what it means to have an inviting and welcoming environment for them. And in talking about a welcoming environment, there's been a person that's really impacted my walk here with the Lord and has just really created a safe space for me in being in college. And that person is Liz Loudon.
So I did not start my college journey at Asbury. I started at a large public school. And that was because most of my family has come to Asbury, and I just said, I'm not doing that. I'm setting my own path. I want to go somewhere else. And so I did that. I went somewhere else, and immediately I realized this is not the place I need to be. I had heard my family's stories about Asbury, and I was like, I think something's missing in this community here. I'm just not getting the depth that they seem to get or the connection with people on campus that they had. And so after a semester, I transferred to Asbury, and I immediately felt at home. I just got super plugged in on campus and immediately made friends and connections with professors, and it was awesome. I got to Asbury and never looked back.
Liz is like a big sister to me. I've enjoyed all the time that we've gotten to spend together. Sophomore year, when I was getting acclimated to campus, she's just welcomed me with so much energy and just allowed me to serve in a great capacity on the cabinet, and it was just something that was so humbling and welcoming.
So when the opportunity arose to come back to Asbury, I jumped at it because I recognized that this was an opportunity for God to use me and to allow Him to minister through me to students here, and it was worth it just if even one student walks away from this place changed. And I always tell students, it is a good year if you can look back to August and recognize that you are so different than who you were when you began. That is a good thing because that is God working and moving in your life and transforming who you are, and it's you coming to a better understanding of who God is and who you are in Him. And that's the goal. That's why Asbury exists, is to equip students for their next steps, for their life outside of here. I was so developed here and so discipled here that I left here being so different than who I was when I began, and I was so grateful for that. And I couldn't have done that without our generous and faithful donors. Their generosity has been the biggest blessing in my life and has made all of the difference. I stand here and I get to come back here and pour into others because of their faithfulness and commitment to this institution years ago.
On behalf of myself and all of the students here at Asbury who have received scholarships, thank you so much. There are a lot of parts of my story, or just about every part of my story, wouldn't have been told or lived out had it not been for your generosity. I am incredibly grateful for this gift that you've offered, and once again, thank you.